Hi everybody, this is the website boy again with another C tutorial. And on this tutorial, we're gonna kind of build up on what we did on the last tutorial, which was if statements. All right. So what I want to do is, what I want to explain to you is something very simple. If you know this code right now is not very flexible. Right now we are executing a function, printing a string based on if something is true. But as you know, programs change. And what if, for some reason, we also need to provide a false statement? For example, if this is not true, what else are we going to display on the screen? Are we going to give the user um, some type of output? We are going to provide the function some type of output if the condition is not true. We got to do that, right? We got to make our code more flexible. So that's what we're going to be doing in this tutorial here. I'm just going to take this if statements out of here. And what we're going to do is we're going to provide an alternative to this if statement. Just in case this is false, we want to do something else also. We want to make our code more flexible. So, and we're going to do that with something called the else statement. All right, and that's exactly what it does. This does what it actually sounds like if, right? And this does something else. All right, so we're gonna do that. So just in case 4, all right, is not greater than 10, we want to print something else. All right, so the syntax for the else statement is very simple. All you have to do is just else and provide the code that you want to execute. You don't even have to put the parentheses in here because you're not testing for condition. We already know that whatever comes here is gonna be false, so we don't need a parenthesis there, right? We don't need to test anything. Not the parentheses. Well, yes, the parentheses actually. I'm right. Anyways, so what we want to do if for some reason 4 is not smaller than 3, right? We want to say something else. We now keep in mind that we don't have to always print something else. Remember that we're going to be using this with functions, and we're going to use with arrays, loops, and all that great stuff. We're going to be doing many different calculations depending on the conditions. So I'm just printing stuff out so you see how it works. So don't get it wrong there. All right. So we're going to say 4 is not less than 3. All right. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing here. All right. We're going to leave this the same. So we should get this one because right now this statement right here, this right here is false. All right. So this condition right here is false. So let's build and run. And 4 is not less than 3. All right. Now keep in mind that I'm not actually saving my stuff, my work. So just in case something happens like a lightning or something happens like it has done in the past and I lose this information, I would lose this information if I don't save it. All right. So, but you need to be saving your work. But anyways, so now I want to also show you how to actually test for another condition using another keyword for this function here, for this statements, right? And the other keyword, because we can actually test another second condition here. All right. And the syntax for that is else if. All right. This is the right here. I'm sorry. Else if. All right. So this is how we're going to test for the second condition here. And if we're testing for a second condition here, we want to put a parenthesis because we want to put it somewhere, right? And it looks very simple, similar to this. But it's going to say if else, right? Else if something is going on, right? So what do we want to do? We want to put the curly brackets in here, open and closing one, and then we want to print something else. If for some reason this condition is false, it's going to come into the next line of code, which is else if, right? And then I'm going to test something else. I'm going to test, let's say if 20 is smaller than 10, then I want you to put that down there. And I'm going to say 20 is less, is more than 10. All right. So this condition, if this is false, it's going to jump into the next one. And if this is true, it's gonna print this code right here. It's gonna execute it. But if it's not, it's gonna fold it into this one here. And I'm just gonna say none of your conditions are true, man. Right? So I'm just gonna say that. Make sure you enclose that in apostrophes. All right. So now we know that. Let's just make it true. That way we get this one out. We print this one out so you can see how it works. So I already saved I'm saving my code, and you're not even seeing it because I'm doing it with a keyboard. I got that habit of just typing Command S, Control S on my keyboard, and will save it for me. All right, so that's why sometimes you don't see me clicking here, but make sure that you save your code. All right, so I'm gonna build it, and we are missing something. It's telling me here, right here on line 18, I am missing something, and of course, the apostrophe is missing. I'm gonna save it, and as you can see here, I was gonna do it right now. Look, you see that with my keyboard. So I'm gonna build it and run it, and now we have 20 is more than 10 right here. So we executed the second condition there, and the reason is because the first one was false. All right, so I want you to be aware of that. Now, if this one is also false, so I'm just gonna turn this around, and I'm gonna say if 9 is bigger than 10, so that's gonna be false, and the last backup condition would be the else statement. All right, so I'm gonna save that, as you can see right here, and then I'm gonna build it and run. And it's saying none of your conditions are true, man. And that's exactly the last condition, as you can see right here. Right? So this is how you write, how you use the if statements. I show you the syntax, and I show you how to use the if statement, the else if, and the else statement. All right. On the next tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use the same statements that you got here to make some calculations depending on the conditions. And I'm going to show you how to use variables with these conditions. All right. So anyways, thank you so much for watching the C tutorial here with the website boy. If you like this tutorial, favorite, like it, make sure you share it. Anyways, thank you so much again, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.